Stockport County extend their lead at the top of the table of the Vanarama National League as they chase for, of course, EFL League action continues. Can they get themselves a little bit closer to promotion this week? We'll take a little look next. Video today, we look forward to Matchday number 31. That's right, over in the Vanarama National League, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button, keep back today. All things Rovers related, Vanarama National League related, what football related? We gotta know here, boys. Without any bloody hair, that's right, of course, yes. Slick Rick, that is me, of course, decided to shave off my hair because I've got none. I've got none, guys, but of course, what has got something? Stockport lead the charge over in the Vanarama National League. We'll take a look at it, all of it, in a minute, of course. Big shout out to my VIPs, they are the patrons, guys. Thank you very much, of course, behind the scenes. But of course, big shout out to you guys. If you want to help us out, check the link down below. Patreon.com/Rover C. So here we go then. Of course, recap the games that did take place this past weekend. Double match we go in the Vanarama National League, and of course we're going to take a little look at how we all got on last round. Then shall we? Here we go. A lot of games were postponed. I know it. Of course, straight from the heart. Of course, Rovers game was postponed as well. But of course, some of the non-league games was postponed. Clearly in this one, Altrincham against Weymouth. We'll do that one again another time. Chesterfield did get their game ahead, surprisingly, over Solihull, but they lost 3-2 in the end, which of course dented their top, their promotion hopes. Of course, Halifax Town against Dover was also postponed. That's correct. Lynn against Bromley postponed. Maidenhead squeezed a 2-0 win over Boreham. Of course, a big FA Cup tie for them coming up pretty soon. Notts County did get a game against Eastleigh, 2-0 in the end for that one. Southend, Grimsby was postponed. Stockport County got their game ahead. Of course, 1-0 winners over Woking, and I called it, lads. Called it right down the middle there. Torquay 2, Barnet 2, 2-2 in the end. Wealdstone lost at home to Redbridge FC, 2-1 win for them. And Yeovil against Dagenham and Redbridge. We'll do that again another time. So, bit hit and miss over in the Vanarama National League, but what, of course, did you all get on in the Prediction League itself? We'll look at that in a minute. Let's take a look at the table. The table looks like this right now. Of course, Stockport County, 61 points on the board. Chesterfield have got 55. They're 3 points clear over Boreham, who have, believe it or not, 3 games in hand on Chesterfield. Of course, 4 games in hand on Stockport, of course, and win all of those, and I'm sure they would go top bins. But, of course, get the points in the bag. That's the key takeaway here. You might have the games in hand, but you haven't got the points on the board. Stockport do have those points on the board at the moment. Down the foot, of course, Dover Athletic are toast. We probably know that already. Lynn are on the verge of joining them, with Weymouth and Maidenhead also in a bit of trouble as well. Let's take a look at our own little leaderboard then, shall we? Take a little look for this week. Just a couple of guys sticking to it. Wiki kicking ass and taking names with 4. So does Shepherd as well. So well done to you guys for doing bits. Let's take a look at the mini leaderboard then, shall we? Over in the Vanarama National League. Take a look deep at the great. 41 points on the board. Of course, 4 points clear over Shepherd, but of course that could be gobbled up in no time. Russell Foster's also in the Power 5 there as well. Again, that is the mini leaderboard. We have the master leaderboard, of course, available for patrons, if I can bloody get my finger on it. Take a look at, of course, the website if you want to get involved. Free to enter, Cutley/non-league. Get amongst it, of course. And of course, you get your name and lights next week. Just get in there, click on it, click. Have a good bit of fun. Get your name and lights as well. Double bubble, double vision, the double vision. Okay, here we go then. Of course, next one match is kicking off on Tuesday. That is correct. And it will be Aldershot taking on Dover Athletic. Let's take a look at this one. Of course, match number 31. A job at the deep end. Aldershot against Dover Athletic. I've got basic odds on this one, so bear with me. Pledges 15 times in 2010, 8 wins at Aldershot, 6 wins at Dover, and 1 draw. Just 1 win and 6 of Aldershot right now, 33% form up against the Dover side. Also 1 win and 6 as well, 17% form at the moment. Of course, last time out in Aldershot was a 4-0 win for Aldershot. That's back in October 2019. The reverse fixture in Dover, way back, of course, October was a 2-1 win for Aldershot as well. Meanwhile, Aldershot Company does on the back of a 3-1 loss against Grimsby. Dover did also lose to Torquay last round. Basic odds on this one. Basic odds go in favour of the host. That is Aldershot. They are overwhelming favourites here, and I'm going to go with them as well with a 1-0 win to take to the house. Kicking off forward, it will be Dagenham and Redbridge up against Woking over in Dagenham. Of course, this one also on Tuesday. Pledges 17 times 2003 is 5 wins apiece and 7 draws. 3 wins and 3 defeats to the past 6 for Dagenham at 50% form. Up against the Woking side, just won once to the past 6, 25% form for them as well right now. Meanwhile, kicking off forward, last round in Dagenham was a 3-1 win for Dagenham. Of course, that was back in May 2021. The reverse fixture, of course, in Woking was a 1-0 win for Woking back in October. The away side's only won once of the last 6 out of these 2 games, or these 2 teams. And that was when Woking beat Dagenham in Dagenham, of course, way back in 2019. So the home side is preferred usually. Meanwhile, Dagenham pick up a 2-2 win over Spennymoor. That was, of course, on the weekend, or was it? Yes, that was actually last week a little bit. It's actually been over 10 days, I think, nearly 10 days. Anyway, Stockport picking up a 1-1 over Woking last afternoon then, shall we? Basic odds on this one. Basic odds go in favour of the hosts here. Dagenham are your favourites. Woking are your underdogs. Going to go with the 2-1 win for the hosts on this one to take it to the house. Kicking off order to be Eastleigh up against Southend, who've hit a right good bit of form right now. Played to the corner of my eyes just the one time, so 21. It was a win for Southend. Meanwhile, Eastleigh come to this without a win in at least 6 games, 70% form for them right now. Meanwhile, Southend come to this 92% form, just one blip on the resume. That was a draw, but the rest 5 wins in the past 6, 92% form at the moment. They haven't lost in the last 6. Eastleigh haven't won the last 9. Last time around, it was a 1-1 win in Roots back in Southend, of course, back in October. Southend picked up a 3-2 win over Woking last time around. Of course, Eastleigh did lose to Notts County, haven't scored in the last 3 games. Of course, the odds go in favour. It's actually quite tight on this one, quite surprisingly quite tight. I don't know what they're thinking, really. It's a nailed-on away win here. Nailed-on away win. Southend will win this one. 3-1 win in the end. I don't know what they're talking. If you want to put a bet on Southend, they'll clean house this coming weekend. Of course, midweek. Barnet, they're going to be taking on, of course, Lynn, of course, over in Barnet on the 22nd. Played each other 3 times to 2020. 2 wins out of the past 3. 4 Lynn, 1 draw, nothing for Barnet. Barnet, though, just 1 win in 6. 25% form. Also, Lynn, 1 win in 6 as well. 25% form as well. Coming at you, though, last time at Barnet was a 2-0 win for Lynn. Way back in November 2020. The reverse fixture in Lynn was a 1-1 draw back in October. Of course, Barnet picked up a 2-2 draw against Torquay. Of course, Lynn did lose to Altrincham and haven't scored in 2 games. Meanwhile, the odds go in favour of Barnet on this one. They are the favourites. Lynn are your underdogs. I've gone with the 0-0 draw myself. Cannot separate the 2 sides on this one. Kicking it forward to be Chesterfield up against Wrexham, of course. Bit of a zinger, chicken dinner. Of course, Chesterfield on second. Wrexham, of course, Redbridge FC. Played the 15 times 2003. 6 wins for Chesterfield, 4 wins for Wrexham, and 5 draws, of course. Just 1 defeat past 6 games for Chesterfield, 58% form. Meanwhile, just 1 defeat past 6 for Wrexham right now, 75% form as well. Last time round in Chesterfield, it's a 2-1 win for Chesterfield. That's back in January 2021. The reverse fixture, of course, at Wrexham over in Wales was a 1-1 draw as well. The Wayside hasn't won this game since Chesterfield beat Wrexham in Wrexham back in 2019. Meanwhile, Chesterfield picked up a 3-2 loss against Solihull Moors, of course, Wrexham picked up a 2-1 win over Wealdstone. The odds on this one quite tight on this one, going in favour of Chesterfield, but only slightly. I've gone with them as well with the 2-1 win, and of course, against Redbridge FC as well. Kicking it forward, it will be Weymouth up against Bromley. Let's get into the deep end on this one. Of course, also on the 22nd of Feb. Played to the 5 times 2009, 1 win for Weymouth, 4 wins for Bromley, and 0 draws. Just 1 win and 6 though for Weymouth right now, 33% form against the Bromley side, who've lost twice in the past 3, 67% form for them as well. Coming at you though, last time around over in Weymouth, that's a 2-1 win for Weymouth back in February 2021, around about this time last season. Meanwhile, Bromley picked up a 3-0 win over Weymouth back in October, and the reverse fixture. Of course, Weymouth picked up a 1-0 win over Eastleigh. Of course, Bromley did lose to Stockport last time around. The odds though go in favour with the away team here. That is Bromley. They are the favourites to take it to the house. I'm going to go with them as well with the 1-0 win over Weymouth to take it to the house on this one. Kicking on forward, it will be Grimsby Town up against Altrincham. Of course, I'm looking at this one. Grimsby Town up against Altrincham. It looks like they've already played. It looks like they've bloody already played. So I don't know about this one. Is it the other way around? Is it? I'm at a loss here on this one. Grimsby up against Altrincham. Maybe it doesn't go ahead. I have no bloody clue on this one. Grimsby up against Altrincham. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see Grimsby involved on this one. What the heck? I would have went with a 2-0 win for Grimsby. It was a 2-0 win anyway. Look at that. Bloody would have predicted it anyway. Kicking off forward to be Maidenhead up against Yeovil. Let's get into the deep end on this one then, shall we? Now, these 2 sides have played the 4 times 2019. 2 wins for Maidenhead, nothing for Yeovil, and 2 draws. Just 1 defeat past 6 games for Maidenhead right now, 67% form. Meanwhile, Yeovil just 1 win and 6 for them, 42% form at them. At the moment, of course, last round over in Maidenhead was a 4-2 win for Maidenhead back in January 2021. Of course, the reverse fixture in Yeovil way back in October was a 0-0 draw as well. And Maidenhead unbeaten the last 4 against, of course, Yeovil, picking up 2 wins and 2 draws. Of course, Maidenhead picked up a 2-0 win over Boreham last round, and of course, Eastleigh drawing with Yeovil last time around as well. But the bookies odds on this will go in favour of Maidenhead, but only just quite tight on the bookies odds on this one. We can give it to them anyway with a 1-0 win for them over in Maidenhead. Kicking off forward, it will be Notts County up against Halifax Town. Another zinger chicken dinner over at Notts County. Played each other, of course, 7 times 2014, 3 wins apiece and 1 draw. Maidenhead, not Maidenhead, Notts County winning 3 in the spin. Of course, 58% form up against Halifax Town. 1-3, lost 3 of the last 6, 50% form as well. Coming at you, last time around in Notts County was a 2-1 win for for Halifax. That was, of course, back in March 2021. The reverse fixture this season in Halifax was, of course, back in February. Actually, they played twice this season. They just played each other literally about 6 days ago, something like that, 8 days ago, in the FA Trophy. Notts County won in Halifax. But the reverse fixture back in Halifax in the league was a 3-2 win for Halifax Town. Goodness gracious me, this will be the third time that they play each other, of course, and it's been a 1-win apiece. The odds on this one then, shall we? What do we got? We've got the odds going in favour of Notts County on this one. Quite tight though. 3-2 win in the end for Notts County to take it to the house on this one. Into the final two now, we have Solihull Moors. They're going to be taking on Wealdstone. Let's get in the deep end on this one. Played each other 3 times in 2021. Of course, 2 wins for Solihull, another for Wealdstone, and 1 draw. Solihull coming to this unbeaten in the last 7 games, picking up 5 wins in the past 6, 92% form as well. Meanwhile, Wealdstone coming to this 2 wins, 2 defeats in the past 4 games, 42% form over the last 6. Last round in Solihull was a 3-0 win. That's back in March 2021. The reverse fixture though in Wealdstone was a 0-0 draw back in October. Of course, Solihull Moors pick up a 3-2 win over Chesterfield. Of course, Wealdstone pick up a 2-1 loss against Wrexham. Meanwhile, of course, the odds on this one go in favour of Solihull. They are red hot favourites for this one, and I see them winning it comfortably 2-0 win in the end to take it to the house. And then finally, a bit of a zinger at the end here. Torquay United up against Boreham Bloody Wood. Of course, are they been sidetracked with, of course, their FA Cup exploits? They might be. Of course, played each other 14 times in 2002, 5 wins to Torquay, 7 wins to Boreham Wood, and 2 draws. Just 1 defeat past 6 games though for Torquay right now, 67% form. Meanwhile, Boreham Wood, of course, coming to winning 4 of the last 6, 67% form. Also, last round at Torquay was a 1-1 draw back in November 2020. The reverse fixture in Boreham Wood back in October was a 2-0 win for Boreham Wood. Coming at you though, Boreham Wood picking up a 2-0 loss against Maidenhead. Of course, Torquay picking up 2-2 against Barnet on this one. And look at the odds. It's slightly favours for Torquay on this one, but it's quite tight. Going to go with the draw myself. 1-1 right to the middle, and that, of course, will save the day for me out in the National League. That's, of course, my picks. Be sure to get your own picks as well using the code _non-league, and of course, we'll see you next time around, which will, of course, be midweek. Of course, double match week here. Of course, make sure you smash the thumbs up, smash your subscribe, check the links down below. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Twitch, I'm on Facebook, and I'm also on Patreon as well. But if you think you are a non-league football expert, get involved with me in the older comment section, or better still, follow me on Twitter, and of course, direct message me that way. But until then, guys, we're looking out for content creators to come on the channel, and of course, kick us on another level. But until then, we'll see you soon. Until then, we're done for now.